Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I test burn my natural wick candles at home. So I'm actually using two candles that I made last weekend using the same wick, which is the CL6 wick. I'm hoping that this is going to be a good candle testing today. The previous candle that I did test was with the CL4 wick and it was just no good for me whatsoever. So I have gone up to the CL6 and I'm hoping from previous reviews and forums that I've been looking into that this is going to be the wick for my 150 gram amber jar from Candle Shack. I am testing two different percentages, so I will be showing you how I test those as well. I have a 10% relaxing essential oil candle here and I have an 8% relaxing essential oil here. So I will be testing these two candles in two separate rooms with good airflow and we're just going to see how we get on really. I have used a RC wax on both of these candles. And it was my first time trying it last weekend. You can check out that video from last week. I will link it here. But yeah, this is the RC wax and it had a really nice finish to it. I don't know if you can see that, but it had a really nice finish to it and I was really surprised. So we're gonna see how that burns today. And the cold throw is just brilliant on both candles. So that was the 8% there. And then this is the 10%. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we will not have any tunneling, but we're gonna get straight into it. I'm gonna show you every hour what the candles look like and also just comment on their hot scent throw and see how successful each one is. So again, we've got an 8% and we've got a 10% using the RCX wax and the relaxing essential oil from Candle Shack. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so I have just lit my 8% CL6 wick with RCX wax, poured at 40 Celsius. I have just lit it and it is 4 o'clock, so I will check on it again in an hour. Okay, and then this is the 10% candle with the exact same wick and wax and poured at 40 Celsius as well. I have made sure that this candle is far away from the other candle. Luckily we live in a townhouse, so this one is on the bottom floor and the other candle is on the top floor. The reason for that is just so the smell, like the fragrance, can't actually be in reach with each other, so I can get a better evaluation of each smell and kind of which one is stronger. In terms of wick, I am looking for a full melt pool, no dancing of the flame, a nice kind of still flame like this right now is kind of perfect, and the size, like the height of the flame needs to kind of be a nice size as well. We don't want it to go too high. But yeah, we will check on it again in about an hour and see how this one compares to the other candle, because 100% your fragrance oils or your essential oils can affect your candle burn. It's just a good way to kind of test them by using the same wick as well. So yeah, let's see how this goes. We almost have a full melt pool. You can probably tell that I have not centered my wick exactly in the middle, which is why we have this slight edge here that isn't melted. This is a bummer, but I will see what it's like in the next hour and hopefully it does melt this side. But actually, if I'm honest, this is something I do struggle with. Besides having some stabilizers, I just struggle to get the wick right in the middle, because although I think I have, when it comes to burning my candle, I always realise that I didn't actually have it very well centred. I just hope it doesn't tunnel. But the glass jar is actually a really good temperature. It's not too hot. The flame is a nice size. I haven't had any dancing or flickering, and we don't have any black smoke or soot occurring either. So I just hope in the next hour this will kind of resolve itself. I forgot to mention the scent throw on the 8% upstairs is actually really good, and I think it's a bit stronger than this candle. So the 8% seems to be working well for the RCX wax, but in regards to this candle, we're kind of having the same thing. So let me just show you above, and you can see that this side hasn't quite reached full melt pool yet. And it's just because I haven't scented it. It's almost, but not quite. I need to get better at that. Again, let's see in an hour's time what it's going to look like. But again, I'm happy with this in regards to it's not too hot on the jar itself, and there's no dancing of the flame or any black smoke or soot. Fingers crossed. I'm not sure this fella's gonna make it. You can see here, wax still hasn't reached the edge. I just think that I've placed the wick too far down, and really it should be here. But in regards to scent throw, it is really nice up here. As soon as I walked up the stairs, I could smell it, which is amazing. Essential oil blend. It's probably been my most successful so far. In regards to the glass jar, it's still a really nice temperature, and I don't know if you guys can see that, but my wick is actually starting to mushroom slightly, and that is literally just when it starts to bend over like this. I think I'd be happy if my flame was just a little bit higher if I'm being picky. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great. Let me show you the next candle, and it's doing so much better than the 8%. We have a full melt pool. Jar isn't too hot either. It's a nice height. I am getting a bit of mushrooming though in my wick, but yeah, I haven't seen any flickering or dancing, no smoking, no soot still, so I'm still really happy with this one, and I would say that the hot scent throw is good. Could be slightly better. I'm just happy that we've got a full melt pool for this guy. I will test again in 1 hour and then just kind of conclude today's testing. This area over here has still been untouched. It's just basically going to tunnel down here because this has been burning for 3 hours now, and it's just not going to reach the side over here. And I really do just think it's because I haven't centered my wick correctly. Just know that in my next test batches that I need to really make sure that I've centered the wick, and even just invest in a little piece of equipment that will help me with that. But I'm happy with the hot scent throw. It's just a shame about this side here. 3 hours now, so I'm just gonna blow this guy out. Actually really happy with this one. This has given off a really great hot scent throw, and we've got a full melt pool, as you can see, and it's just looking like an overall good little candle. I do think though, because I've got a little bit of mushrooming, yep, I've got a little bit of mushrooming there, and I think my next try, I might just do another 8%. I feel like this is the wick for this candle. I'm happy we've got a full melt pool, which happens very occasionally. Blow this guy out. That is pretty much how I test burn my candle wicks. To conclude, I test for the melt pool, the state of the wick when it is burning, how long it takes to roughly have a whole melt pool, and if any edges are kind of left untouched. And then I kind of from that determine whether I need to continue with that wick or size down or size up. And I just go from there. I also test for the scent throw, whether it's good or not. And to be honest, the 8% and the 10% were both a really good scent throw. 10% probably just a little bit better, but because I did have the mushrooming on my wick, I will probably look more into that. But I think the main thing that I have learned from this video, and you probably have as well, is that I need to invest in a piece of equipment that keeps my wick in the center. At the moment, I have my wick stabilizers, which is just a lollipop stick with a hole in the middle. But when I'm kind of making my candles, from the bird's eye view, it looks like it's centered. I think it's just, I need a new pair of eyes. If anybody could recommend anything, I would love to know in the comments below. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it somewhat helpful. Just to say it again, I am not a professional. I am literally just sharing my candle making journey with you guys. So there will be my mistakes and my errors and the bits that I do obviously get right sometimes. But if you guys did like this video, then please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I make videos weekly and I will see you soon.